Hello, ladies and girl. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for being here. We got a massive one today. Lots of effort games. We're starting out with Bisu down here in the bottom right-hand corner, but we got Sharp coming up soon, among others, guys. Lots and lots of good effort content. I'm a big fanboy. We just saw effort in the round of 24, and I'm looking forward to more and more of him as the seasons go on. I think he's just going to become an absolute staple now that he's back and just playing like crazy, putting out some really great games. Look at this Bisu on the barcode. Going to be throwing down double gate in the middle of the map, most likely. 9-9 gate? Are we serious? That's how this one's going to start off. So you know this video is going to be a banger, guys. Hit the subscribe button, the like button, and put down a comment, guys. Look at that. Bisu. Absolute disgusting gamer. Type cheese in the comments, boys. That's all I want to see. Just a whole bunch of comments that says cheese. Different varieties of cheese. Because of Bisu, he is pulling out a stinky build here. Now, are we going to see the middle of the map? Oh my god, this is why I scout the middle. I scout the middle basically every game on the ladder because this happens so much. How long does it take to just send it to the middle and then send it down here to the bottom left? It really does not slow you down that much, all right? 2 lings and a drone, that's a problem. Would like to have 3 lings on the way. Or 3 sets of lings, excuse me, and he's not going to find this for so long, guys. Will he make another drone here? That could actually... Oh, God. It could actually spell defeat. It's so brutal making that extra drone. He's on 14 supply. He hasn't thrown down a 3rd hatchery yet. He is in a lot of trouble. Oh, I think he spots that. He does see it. Zealot has been spotted. Ling's going for the counter. Immediate decision here from effort to go directly for this counter. Oh my gosh, he loses a ling now. That's so painful. That is incredibly painful. You hate to see it. He did manage to get a creep colony down in his mineral line though, so the sunken will be coming up here shortly. He's going to be able to save all of his drones. Good pull there so far, handling his business. Lings are making their way into the main now. We're going to go ahead and take a look at those here in a second, but the drone, oh, just barely keeping it alive. He does manage to get a zealot there. Looks like the zealot got caught up, potentially caught up on that egg. Going after the probes now as the natural hatchery starts to take damage. Good pull there here by Bisu. Putting a lot of damage onto this hatchery. Can he get a probe? Nice kill there. 1 probe down. Not bad. Gotta keep moving here. Gotta keep ring around the rosy here. Oh, he's gonna lose the lings now. That's a little bit rough. Lings are gonna end up going down. 2 more. Managed to slip out on the map, though. These are the lings that are spawning from this hatchery. Trying to slip out here and do a little bit of harassment damage. Oh my god, a hatchery in the main base. You've gotta be kidding me. I love it. I love this game already. This is exactly my type of game. Exactly my type of cast. Effort going for the hatchery here in the main base. Oh my god, that's going to spawn creep. I'm sad he didn't put it a little further away. That's going to spawn creep so darn quickly. He's going to know about it immediately as soon as that does end up hatching that, or that hatch. The hatch, does it hatch or does it spawn? I'm not exactly sure. There you go. He sees it even before the hatchery is finished. And so it will neither hatch nor spawn. It's going to complete. And some units can be made over here. Possibly a drone, maybe. Thinking about it, thinking about it. Lings pop out on this side. 2 more sets of lings are made. Looks like he's going to make something over here. Some lings, potentially, to come in and try to harass the mineral line. Things are getting a little wacky right now. Not sure how this one's going to go, but effort is in a lot of trouble considering he just does not have a natural surround here as the drones come down the ramp. This is a big moment as he actually forces one of these drones to not attack for a really long, or one of these zealots to not attack for a really long time. The drone does go down, but he will clear this with very good efficiency. 4 zealots back at home, 3 out on the map, 2 more on the way here. Can he bring all the links together and break this middle? I think there's a good chance he can make that happen. Has Ling speed on the way, so he may want to wait a little longer until that Ling speed finishes to commit here, although more zealots are going to be popping out sooner rather than later. Cannon in the main mineral line is huge. That makes these Ling counterattacks just not as impactful. Hatchery goes down in the natural. Hatchery in the main of Bisu is now dead. And the cannon is about to finish up here. Overlord sees everything. Ling rung by. Oh, looks like he's going to try and get the surround here. Lings are just... Oh, nice surround. Very nice surround there from Effort. Manages to pick off one of those zealots. Another zealot's going to get surrounded here. He might get 2 zealots for free, guys. Ling speed is done. Ling speed done makes a huge difference now. He can start to dive on top of these zealots so much quicker. He can isolate little pockets of zealots here and there and start to pick them off. Zealots are everywhere right now. The cannon at home makes Bisu pretty darn safe, but is he going to be able to keep this double gate in the middle alive? That is the key. Filling off his own sunken colony here, making a 3rd hatchery. It's just going to be all out Lings from this moment on. Effort has to break this center. He's got to do it. He's got to get in here and smash this. Some zealots off to the side. Would be nice to grab one of those. Oh, can he pick that off? Not quite. No +1 yet here for Bisu. Hasn't even started. He really wants to get his Corsair out. He knows it's a long way before Effort has any sort of tech going. Really, the Ling speed, the biggest tech investment he's made so far. Some zealots splitting off here. Some zealots indeed splitting off. Lings here not taking the best engagement. Got to get them all together. Get the best surround possible. Oh, pretty good surround here from Effort. Zealots being pulled back from the front as the zealots over here at the double gateway start to go down. These guys will be pulled back now. More Lings making their way to the front. He's going to go into the main base, it looks like now. At least threaten the attack. The Overlord sees everything, so he knows the moment that these zealots pull away, he's going to have that opportunity to dive in and kill the pylon. More zealots being made here still, yet more. Dragoon is going to be coming out here soon. Dragoon being made where? Here. Wants to kill that Overlord, finally get rid of it. Zealots taking a great trade despite being overwhelmed. Look at how low the majority of these zealots are. You've got to be kidding me. Gonna be making a Hydra Den here. Needs that for the upcoming Corsair. Dragoon about to pop. You do not want to lose this Overlord here as Effort. I think this may end up forcing him to attack in with all of his Lings from all sides. Actually, he is just going to abandon this. No, coming back. Let's see if we can get the surround on the Dragoon. Oh, the sickest surround. He absolutely wipes out that Dragoon with no effort whatsoever. And keeps the Overlord alive. Well done there. Corsair is coming out. We'll be here soon. Hydra speed on the way. No Hydras as of yet, but there should be some coming out soon. Ooh, a lot of Lings coming here. You can see full saturation on the main, none on the natural. So very low saturation overall here for Effort. Bisu going to try to take the best possible trade as these Lings come in by utilizing the gateways here, waiting as much time as possible to hopefully get a couple more zealots out. The trade is just not that good. Not getting the angle he would like. You got to kind of hit this on an edge. Like, let's say the zealots are kind of spread out like this. You want to get a surround on the corner, if at all possible. Of course, they're already with 1 kill, going to make its way over here and start to kill off the second Overlord. Chaotic game, very chaotic game indeed. A lot of these zealots have regained some of their shields. And so Bisu's still able to micro these back and keep getting good trades here. Oh, it's so painful to see Effort let his Lings fight like this. Where is the... Oh, only one Hydra is not enough. It's just not going to cut it, dude. One Hydra is not enough to stop this. And now completely supply block. This may be the end, guys. Zealots are closing in on Effort. Effort going to loop around, go for the pylon once again. Few Zealots have been sent back in order to keep this alive. A couple more Hydras pop out. Can he get just barely enough units here in time to make this work? Oh, he's not focusing the pylon. The pylon is going to live. You've got to be kidding me. 19 of 19. He can't make anything. Overlord about to pop. Bringing up the Hydras here. Oh my gosh, 21 HP on that. You've got to be kidding me once again. Some of these Zealots will fall. Looks like the hatchery lives for now. He has to retain this hatchery. There's no two ways about it. If that hatchery goes down again, this game is over. Cannons are going up for Bisu on his side of the map. Lings out here. Hydras in support. Maybe putting that DPS on. Can he target fire down some of these Zealots? No +1 here still, so the Lings are doing a great job of just blocking this back, keeping him alive. Oh, one Ling! One Ling came through and actually killed that pylon. That's so big. Finally gets the pylon kill there. Really a massive moment here for Effort as he runs across the map, hoping that he can get some damage going here. Is that going to be possible? It doesn't look like it. Little run by into the main base, but two cannons. Two cannons here covering everything in the main. Bisu is locked down tight when the probe transfer will come through. Ooh, bit of a sad probe transfer there. That's going to take a while to recover. But it will get to mining properly now. And this is a heck of a game, guys. A really wacky one. We're seeing Effort and Bisu really have to play by the seat of their pants here, try to figure out a way to outdo their opponent in what is completely an unorthodox situation. Second gateway looks to be going down here shortly. There's a Citadel. +1's on the way, so definitely a big Zealot timing to follow this up from Bisu. He's done almost nothing but make Zealots this entire game, and now he's going to try and kill with this follow-up attack. Will Effort have enough in time to block this? It's going to be tough. That +1 is just about done. That Zealot speed on the way, and 3 Zealots at a time means he is going to have a pretty big Zealot force to try and get the kill, the final hit on that hatchery. Here comes the Zealots now. 6 already, another 3 here. It's about to be 9 Hydras defending the Overlords back at home. And a third base on the way here. Pretty good drone saturation overall from Effort, and he's going to go into Aspire. That comeback mechanic. The tried and true for the Zerg. Might be able to get some good snipes on High Templar and bring himself back. Maybe even get some kills on probes, perhaps at the natural. It's a little bit more wide open. I'm sensing Bisu going to be sending some Zealots over here and a little hit squad looking for the kill on that hatchery over there in the natural. Target fire here from Effort. Not the greatest so far. And the splitting here of Zealots is pretty decent from Bisu. Running back towards the natural. That's not a safe haven, though. There's really no Sim City here to work with. Some Overlords going down at the front. This is getting really tricky now for Effort. Having a hard time keeping himself alive. Not a lot of HP on this hatchery. Just 300 to work with. He's got to be very careful. Another 3 Zealots are going to be on their way here shortly. And a DT makes its way into this base. The third base is under huge threat. Zealots come in to clear out these Hydras. The Overlord survives. That's something, at least. And the DT goes down. Hey, Effort hanging in there. Despite everything, he kills the Corsair and the DT. But is he leaving himself open to a counterattack? Looping around Zealots. I think it's only going to take about 3 Zealots running by with a few seconds of time to break that hatchery. Effort. His third base is done, but can he afford to even make anything off of that third? 6 mutas are coming here, and a third base is on the way for Bisu. He's putting Effort into a really hard position. It's so difficult to make a decision here. Do you want to drone and try to take this game longer? You're going to need a 4th base. And I just don't see how Effort could hold a 4th in a position like this anymore. Corsair production here, not quite yet. Let's see if he starts building any cannons. He will. Cannon's going to be on the way here. Hydra's moving forward. The combo of mutas and Hydras here might give him an opportunity to maybe break one of these positions. He's coming in to this third. Storm is ready. Pretty good dodge on the initial Storm there. Only 4 Hydras end up going down, but that's, I think, 4 too many. DT going across the map here. Hydras will retreat to try and help defend back at home. DT could get some damage here. There's only 3 drones at that base. High Templar goes down. High Templar in the main is going to be the next target here. He kills that High Templar and all of the cannons in the main base. That's quite big. 7 kill DT, 8 kill DT, 9 kill DT. Doing a lot of work here. Storm in the main base. Forcing back the mutas for now. Oh, another High Templar. What are we at now? 4 or 5 High Templar have been killed? That's a big shot from the Archon. Archon making a lot of damage. And oh my gosh, as the mutas fly through, a great Storm really harms these mutas. Brings them down into that low HP. Blue from all the Storm damage that they've taken. And only more mutas being made here for Effort. He is practically all in at this point. He's adding on more hatches, but he has no 4th base. He's going into Lurker. And he's going to look for some sort of comeback mechanic here with the mutas. See if he can't pick off a few more High Templar, make things a little bit more chaotic, and hope to find a way to break this third, because he has to break this third. With no 4th base coming up, he will eventually lose this game if he doesn't have that 4th base. And he can't stop the third. 2 more High Templar go down. Big kills here for Effort. Looking for another High Templar snipe. Not going to get it for now. Another Corsair is about to go down. Dragoons making their way back into the main. Probes could be attacked here. Oh, Storm. No, no Storm for now. Mutas flying out once again. Good damage again from Effort. He's keeping himself alive in this game, but the position is dire. 3 base to 3 base, never where you want to be as the 3rd player. Gotta stay at least 1 base ahead in order to stay even against Bisu here. Some observers are out already. Lurkers are morphing. In fact, setting up a defensive position for now. I thought he might try to come forward. Set up between the 3rd and the natural. But it seems a little bit too much for Effort right now. Can't make that work here just yet. He's going to sit back, get his upgrades. He's in fact going for Carapace and Melee while getting into a Queen's Nest. So, going to stay on even bases and go Hive. Maybe viable. Maybe. But that 4th base is out of reach for now. Once you get into Hive, you've got the Dark Swarm Plague as an option. Perhaps it's possible to make a comeback here. Going after the probes. Oh, that Storm. Oh my god, that Storm. That was a perfect Storm by Bisu. Putting so much damage on these mutas, and now it's actually time for Bisu to come out here and just put the pressure onto Effort. Effort. A lot of sunk-ins. Trying to make the most out of this position. He's not got a lot of gas, but he's got some mineral income. With 44 drones. Might be able to have a pretty solid defense here. But if Bisu just moves forward and takes a fourth, I don't think you can win here as Effort. Just on principle, I don't think it's possible. Or just in terms of numbers, I don't think that Effort will be able to find a way to make this work. He's coming through with Scourge, with Mutas. Maybe he can get in here and kill some of these probes, but can he deny that base? Not so sure. Coming in to deny the base for now. Scourge are here and available. That means the Corsairs can't just clear this out. In a bit of a precarious position. Gonna try and push forward here. Looking for kills on these lurkers. Mutas are on their way back right now. Not many Hydras here at all. Only a few Hydras, and they've all just gone down to Storm. Another Storm goes down. Another snipe on a Observer is going to keep Effort alive for now. Still in this game, despite everything that's happened. Still fighting here. Effort. You gotta respect it. 50 supply deficit. Base in the bottom left. He's just hoping, beyond a hope, that he can somehow get another base online while he switches here into Hive. Mutas moving around the side. Opportunity for sniping more High Templar. Maybe getting another cancel here. Storm immediate, but out of range of the Mutas. Good dodge there from Effort, but he will not be able to stop this base. At least not for now. Zealot finds its way into bottom left and spots the base. This is a huge moment. Effort just seconds away from finishing his Nidus Canal. He's going to be able to try and connect that now. Lurkers, Hydras, rushing down towards this base, trying to save the position. Mutas can look for these snipes now. Lurkers are going to spread out. Mutas getting some snipes here, but the army's being pressed up against the wall. Lurkers are going to be going down here. Big storms all over the place, mostly on his own units, but he's managed to break down here. Counterattack coming in from Effort. He's desperate to do something in such a difficult situation. Lurker, oh my god. Is this one of my games? Goodness gracious. Effort lets all of his Hydras die, running into assault a base. Another base over here at the top right. That Nidus Canal, he would have loved to connect it down to bottom left, but maybe he'll have another opportunity here in a moment. As this base in the top right comes up, so many cannons here. Nearly impossible to break the base. Lurkers up in top right. Seems like Bisu is aware this may be a factor. Finally, Defiler is out. Oh, the drone transfer. Say it ain't so. Effort. Is he going to turn around with this? Oh, 2 drone, 3 drones. Not the worst in the world, but still rather painful. Army moving up towards top right. I don't think those Lurkers can hold, guys. Those Lurkers are going to end up going down here. There's not much that Effort can do about it. He's going to try to pull back. If he had a 4 Scourge, maybe there's a shot. Kill off all the observers here. Something can happen. A miracle. Are there any High Templar in this high ground? No. No High Templar here, which means there is an option. Maybe we can see Effort break this base. No, there's the High Templar. Where is it? Right there. And so, unfortunately, not going to easily break through here. Diving on top once again. Big storms going down. 7 kill High Templar there. Link's getting on top of a lot of this. Lurker's going to get under this Dark Storm now. Spreading out as the Zealots come forward. Oh, this Lurker's doing so much work in the back line. Look at him just wrecking these Dragoons here in the back line. Killing a ton of units. We can see that army in top right is now maneuvering its way down here to defend, and I think this is just about lights out. Effort, he's done everything he can in this game to try and make a comeback. He's even getting that +2 still. Sitting on 3 bases, though, he is now mined out in the main. And his natural is not long for this world. He will very quickly mine out of that location as well. Lurker's down at bottom left. Still has not had an opportunity to build that Nidus Canal. That Nidus network has just never been able to come up. Will it be now? Is it time to get the Nidus down in bottom left? He's got to build it. You got to build the Nidus here. Where is the Nidus? Another base in top. Oh, he actually built it over here. Okay. Nidus in top right. I guess Bisu pulled back a little bit too quickly. The creep was not all gone at that point. Lurker's doing a great job. They're actually trading very well here from the high ground. But Bisu is so big. The supply lead is insane. So here we go. Finally, another base online here for effort. Gonna transfer a bunch of drones through in just a moment, I imagine. Probably just one massive transfer coming up here shortly. But Bisu, I mean, he could just go for an attack. There's not a lot over here in terms of defense. Just go right for the jugular. Effort's put up a great fight so far, but even Dark Swarm is not quite going to cut it. Nice plague there. This is what he needs to do if he wants to survive in this game. Oh my gosh, the drones. Go back to the hatch. There we go. Gonna turn those around now. Zealots and Dragoons making their way in. Just gonna dive directly into this Nidus. Just going after the Nidus here. Observers, can he get all of them? Not quite gonna get all the observers there. Lurkers making their way forward, trying to hold this position, but the base is going to fall. There's just not enough here for effort. He tries to hop through with a few last units, last-ditch effort here to save his life in this game, but Bisu will inevitably close this one out. Honestly, a great game, though. A really solid game. Effort, never say die, guys. This guy just does not want to leave this game. It doesn't matter how far behind he is or what type of situation he's in. He's just going to keep on banging his head against the wall here, it seems, and trying everything he can. He's got the base in the top right. That is something, but even with all of these links and Dark Swarm mixed in, the Archons plus DTs are way too powerful to contend with. You can see these Archons just getting so many kills under the Dark Swarm, and oh my goodness. This game is going to go on forever, boys. There it is, GG. I was about to skip forward, but there it is. Effort taps out, and we're going to jump into game number 2. Yes, here we go. Sharp spawning over in top right. Effort down here in bottom left. And guess what map we are on, boys? Screaming Sea. This is exciting. I saw Sharp in the round of 24 on Screaming Sea versus Larva. Is one of the best games so far in the ASL. I won't say more. That's in Group A. If you haven't seen it already, what are you even doing with your life? I ought to give you a smack on the side of the head. That game was beautiful. And I'm super excited to see what kind of performance we're going to see out of effort on this map. It is a wacky one. That is for sure. I don't think we're going to get as crazy of a game as the one versus Bisu, but hey, anything can happen. This is Screaming Sea. So many islands and opportunities to try out new builds, to try different strategies. I personally have been messing around with Crazy Zerg on this map. I think it's super, super strong. Kind of the moment that I saw this, I was like, okay, Crazy Zerg is going to be good here. You got the high ground. Throw down a bunch of sunken colonies there and just start dropping islands. Even dropping into your opponent's base as well. Ultra drops are insanely strong. It's such a high value drop if you're able to make it happen. I think that's why a lot of players have been going for 1-1-1 and more mech-based play. Trying to get out early drops and, you know, drop vultures on the islands and stuff. Get wraiths out to start killing overlords, that type of stuff. Even getting into, like, Valkyries later on in the game can be really strong. Valkyrie versus Ultralisk is surprisingly strong. Ultralisk Rush. If you're going for an Ultralisk Rush and the opponent goes Valkyries, it's so annoying. Because you just don't have any Hydras or access to Defiler. And so you're making Ultras, you're sitting there, you're making Ultras, and then they come in and kill every single Overlord with a big clump of Valkyries. It just makes it impossible to make anything. And then, of course, they've got their Marines on the ground. They're just ready to fight you as soon as you come out. It's so hard to deal with, but we'll see what Sharp has in store. The 1-1-1 build is in effect now. We're going to see what Sharp wants to do from here. Probably Vulture. Maybe with speed. There's that Starport Vulture on the way. Layer here coming up in time for effort. One Marine out on the map just looking for some pressure. Doesn't have a single kill. So will end up going down here. Sunken Colony on the way as he sees the Vulture leave the base. It's such a long rush distance. You've got plenty of time to make this Sunken Colony. And so that will be finished very early on. Ventral Sacs right away here. As soon as the... Oh, he cancels. Okay. False alarm here, guys. I thought we were going to see something absolutely insane from effort, but he throws down the Spire. Realizing he's probably going to need some anti-air here. I would love to see him go Burrow as well. Burrow is great when you see 1-1-1. You know that they're not going to have a very fast... Oh, double Starport. Sharp, you dog. He's going to absolutely harass the hell out of him. Oh, there it is. Ventral Sacs. Kind of crazy that he was thinking about going Ventral Sacs before Spire, but definitely realized the error of his ways. Starts the Ventral Sacs a little later. And can get some drops going here in no time at all. Overlord way over in the top left. Looks like that's going to be found by Sharp. See if he spots that. Should be able to find it. There it is. Does see it. Second kill here for the captain. The Wraith. Well, the first Wraith of many here being made by Sharp. Cloak coming up as well. It's going to be a tough sell for effort to get a drop over to one of these other bases. That's not going to be easy. I don't know why this Overlord's flying out too, by the way. That seems wrong to me. Very wrong indeed. Armor for flyers on the way. Second gas coming up here. Marines being made back at home. He's bracing for impact. Oh! Huge kill there. Effort gets the kill on a Wraith and sees the control tower. Absolutely massive. Now he's going to start Overlord speed the moment that this Overlord drop upgrade is done. At least I imagine he will. Wait, is he not going to start that? Okay, that's kind of crazy to me if he doesn't decide to start that now. Wraith's sitting here back at home. Only 3 so far. Killing off that Wraith at the starport was massive. It's really going to hinder our Terran player now. Queen's Nest. I don't know what that's doing there. He's going to try and kill it now. He's actually attacking his own sunken colony as well, which I really can't explain. Okay, now he stops killing it. Now he's going to kill it again. I'm a little bit lost, but here we go. Drone at the island. Okay, Vulture comes in. Will it get a kill? It does. 1 kill on a drone. Kind of funny that he just randomly decided to send that in now. Manages to get a kill because of it. Overlord here down at the bottom center. Mutas are going to meet up with this group of Wraiths. Oh, but the cloak is done, so that's a little bit of a problem. And we're going to have a drop come out here. Barracks on the way. So he's going to be switching after the fact into a bunch of bio, which is quite interesting. Overlord speed is about to finish, and so he'll be sending that up to the top left, I imagine, to try and grab another base out on the map. Wraiths moving around the outside. There is a spore colony here, but he's going to get this Overlord for sure. Yeah, Overlord, unfortunately, is going to end up going down. Overlords here out on the map. He's tracking this. Quite a few Overlords here are heading northward, so he's just going to go into the main. Spore here is quite significant. That's actually going to deal a lot of damage to these Wraiths as they try to go through and just deal as much harassment as they can. Nice Wraith split there. Gonna save 4 of these at the very least. Actually, he saves all. Oh my gosh. Sharp getting away with murder. Absolutely getting away with murder. And he's gonna find this drone? You've got to be kidding me. Huge facepalm right now from our Zerg. For sure, he's upset about that one. That never should have happened. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And he's going to get away with it as well. You've got to be kidding me right now. Oh my gosh. Effort having such a hard time catching these damn Wraiths, man. Get it. Get it. Oh, what a pain. What a pain. What a pain. He does track down the remainder of the Wraiths. He is going to be able to get this island online here, but he's having such a hard struggle. Now we're going to start to set up some sunken colonies at the front. This is definitely a good call as bio is going to start to filter out here. Not going to stay on Wraiths forever. He's switched over now to a bunch of vessels. I'm expecting to see some drops coming here soon as well. There's the dropship just now started as expected here for Sharp. He definitely wants to get over to those islands and start to try to harass those locations. Coming in with the Scourge. Oh, this is a big moment. Can he actually get one? He gets one. That's huge. Second hit there as well, but not able to get the double Scourge connection to finish off the other Science vessel. Still, massive damage. Getting rid of that first Science vessel. Split here. Pretty good. Oh, gosh. What is he doing? Effort having a hard time splitting out that Muta. Drone over here in the top left as he gets ready to take that base. Drop? What the heck? Drop? Hello? Oh my gosh. That drop just flew out directly into the Mutas. Okay, I think we're actually... Is this a broken replay? You've got to be kidding me here. What is happening in this game? Surely not. Surely he didn't just kill that drop for free and then lose all of his mutas. Okay. Effort is doing something on the other side of the map. Like he is pretty distracted right now, that's for sure. Bunch more sunken colonies coming up here. Back at home, Ultra Rush is incoming. It's inbound. +1 is done. +1 attack is done here as well. Just a little bit ahead of the curve of where effort is at here. Scourge scouting the area. Looks like this Wraith will end up finding the Overlord, but he may be able to get that with the Scourge now. Yeah, it looks like he is going to get that kill. That's a very good kill. Now he can keep the Overlord spread absolutely everywhere, and it'll be very tough for drops to make it through. Coming up onto this high ground. Tough call here for... Oh, I love it. Using the Overlord to hide the Defiler is amazing. That is an ingenious idea. I didn't expect him to actually go Defiler. But it's so smart to just hide it in the Overlord. You can drop it out. You can kind of run forward with the Lings. Pick up the Defiler. Run forward with the Lings. And then right as you want to Plague, drop the Defiler and then Plague. And they can't get an Irradiate on you as you come across the map. They have to just kind of guess which Overlord you're in. It's sick. It's so sick. I love it. Like, he's going to walk across the map, but you don't need to do this. You can pick that up in an Overlord. You can pick that up in an Overlord and just walk. Walk across the map. Or fly across the map, excuse me. You don't need to walk. He's going to, of course, lose that Defiler now. Oh, looks like the drop over here in the top left has dealt with that drone that was hiding out there. I'm going to go ahead and hop through the Nidus. I saw an Overlord pick up some units. Well, that's not enough to actually clear the drop up here. Especially not while coming out one by one. Oh my god, effort. You guys can see just how hard it is to play on an island map. It's so tough to play on an island map. Even if you're one of the best players in the world, you're going to be making a lot of mistakes. Looks like effort having a hard time here. He is on 3 gas, but he's up against a 3 base Terran player as well. And Terran is really starting to take the advantage now. Drop's going to start to come out here. Ultralisk move speed is on the way, and it's going to be coming up shortly. Another base going to attempt to go down here. This one looking... Oh, he's going to go for the Plague. He's going to go for the Flying Defiler for the Plague. I love to see it. Here we go. Here we go. Drop. Drop Plague. Ah, what is this? He doesn't have energy. Oh my gosh. Effort, what are we doing? Effort, what are we doing? Oh my god. He had to drop to get some energy. Oh, that's crazy. That is insane. I'm gonna run the Ultralisk around, I guess. Just kind of hang out on the sides here. Another gas might be taken. If he can get this gas online, there is a good chance here for effort. Maybe he can make this work. Coming over, gonna irradiate the Ultra, no doubt. Very annoying. Ultra taking a lot of damage there. Again, didn't have to be on the ground. He could have picked that up and just waited for when the drop came in. Just drop the Ultra out. Going into ship weapons. As battle cruisers start to come online here, things are going to get hairy for effort. This drop going to be cleared for now. Ultra. Triple Ultra drop. Where's that going? Looks like it's going to head over to this low ground here. Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh. Oh god, he only got 1 Ultra out of that. There was 3 Ultras in there, boys. 3 Ultras. He just lost 2 Ultras for free. Oh, that's so rough. Sharp gonna run in here now. Dealing with this gas. And now battle cruisers are moving out as well. Yeah, I think the writing's on the wall here. Just too much sloppy back and forth here for effort. He had a interesting game plan. I think he dealt with the early Wraiths pretty well. Just Sharp was very good at keeping them alive, man. That was really tough to finish those off, to get the connections he needed. Definitely want to have 2 spores here. Once the battle cruisers start to come out, that's the right call. Picks up his Ultra and runs away from the battle cruiser. Oh my goodness. Ultra's coming out now, but oh, +3 is not quite done. It's going to be done here shortly, though. Good target fire on the Ultras, getting rid of them. Battlecruiser comes into the 3rd base. Spore Crawler. Pretty darn good. Spore Crawler, very strong unit. as the Ultras try to push forward here. Now the Dark Swarm, of course, but Irradiates are going to deal with that. And of course, the Battlecruiser plus a little drop combo picks off this very important location that Effort was trying to hold down. And now it seems like the sand has run out of the hourglass, and it doesn't feel at all that Effort can make this comeback. He's just so far behind, nearly 100 supply down. At 80 supply, you can stay alive. You can still make some good things happen, but their radiate number is way too high. So many irradiates here. Every unit is going to get its very own irradiate. There we go. No Defiler here ready to actually plague this stuff. And so the Hydras are going to do nothing. The Nidus Canal is not done. That's going to die before anything can pop through. Sitting here still on 3 bases and just about to mine out of his main gas geyser. I think this is the tap out moment for Effort now. Oh my gosh. Gonna go ahead and lose that Defiler as well. Now there's no Plague once again. Team Matrix. D-Matrix on the Battlecruiser, just adding insult to injury. There's the Plague finally going down, but D-Matrix on the Firebat as well. So annoying. We'll be able to stand underneath this Dark Swarm and fight for the time being, but I mean, he doesn't need to actually take this fight. He can just back up. He's got the lockdown. Sharp is going to win this game. It's just how long will it take? Effort, again, never say die. Effort always hanging in there and taking it to the very extreme. The Dark Swarm here. Gonna hold on for the time being. But again, Battlecruisers in large number pressing the issue. We're probably going to see 4 or 5 Battlecruisers even start to come out here at once. 3 right now. He adds 2 more, or 2 factories. So he's actually going to start making tanks soon. And really locking this game down, so there's no hope for Effort of pushing out with this Hydra Defiler play. He's hoping that he can make something happen with Hydra Defiler, but it's such a long shot at this point. There should be a Yamato coming here. Yeah, there it is. Yamato guns down that Hydra. And yeah, just not quite able to finesse it here. Might be able to get a few vessels, potentially. Gets a vessel or 2. Trying to control these Hydras right now with the Marines pressing in from all sides. Plus, there's going to be a bunch of Firebats here getting underneath the Dark Swarm shortly. No Lurkers whatsoever. And GG is finally called. Effort taps out. My goodness. Not showing up here today, at least so far in this series, but putting out some pretty interesting games. We'll say that. Interesting, yes. I want to go back to that moment when the dropship flew directly into the Mutalisk and then died, and then the Mutalisk flew directly into the Marines and they all died. Oh my goodness, what a wacky, wacky game. But that's what you get sometimes on the ladder. Players not playing their absolute best. Sharp manages to take out Effort on Screaming Sea. Just what a wild map we have here for ASL this season. The map makers were really, they were smoking some of that good stuff when they made this map up. That's what I'll tell you. All right, next up we've got Effort versus Movie. And there's a whole bunch of chatter going on right now. They're actually talking about, I checked it out, talking about Pro League or maybe Collegiate League. They're just talking about how they must be on the same team, or they might be on the same team. And so they're just discussing. Not really a lot of context behind their conversation, so it's kind of hard to tell exactly what they're talking about, but they're definitely doing some sort of team league thing, and they're supposedly on the same team. Regardless, it just lets us know that they're aware of who each other are. And so we'll be putting out maybe a great game here. I'm excited to see what Movie can do. Effort getting pushed aside a little bit here by some of these other players. Sharp put out a pretty good game there. In the last one, Bisu with that early cheese still managed to handle Effort. As things got complicated, got crazy, Effort wasn't quite able to find his way to a win or even to a advantage in that game after losing his natural. Can definitely relate, guys. We got a lot of 2 gateway boys on the channel when I am streaming. Gonna go ahead and steal that mineral patch. I love it. Open up the ramp here to potentially do some punishment on his opponent. That's something that kind of blew me away, actually. On which map was it? I think it was Knockout. I believe it was Effort, but maybe it was another Zerg who went ahead and just stole the mineral patches right off the bat and then just ran into his opponent's base because there's no way to block with just a probe and zealot once that mineral patch is gone. Once those mineral patches are gone on Knockout. Kind of a sneaky move, kind of a tricky way to play. I love it. I love to see the opening up of aggressive moves like that. Look at that, right into the main base. That's all because that mineral patch is gone. Mineral patch is dead and gone. Oh, looks like he killed the zealot too. Very nice play so far here by Effort. Almost gets the probe. Probe barely manages to slip out. Ooh, that was so close. Link's going to continue to play Ring Around the Rosie here in the main base, looking for some damage. And the probe looks like it may be going down here shortly. Oh, pull off here from Movie to just try and get rid of these pesky Lings. Will not be able to do it, though. And so Effort will continue to roam around here in the main. Oh, that's too bad. Does end up losing one of those 2 remaining Lings, and so not much of a threat here anymore. Looking for a moment when Movie's not paying attention. Try to get in there one more time. Zealot's coming over. 2 Zealots, actually. 3 more sets of Lings are on the way. That'll help him to deal with this. Definitely going to lose this Ling, though. Zealots go behind the mineral patches. Annoying stuff here for Effort to have to deal with, but we'll get back to mining now. Just a bit of lost mining time. Third base is up. Cybercore on the way. Getting that before the forge is a little bit greedy. Has to be said. Oh, wait. Where is that forge? Is there a forge back here? Ah, the forge is back in the corner. I see. So, not, in fact, that greedy play from Movie. We'll be getting the cannon there. Pretty good surround on these Zealots. Not really going to get too much done with those. Yeah, maybe a couple of Ling kills, the best he can do. Sec 3 end up going down, and now droning can commence. Effort has a Hydra Den down. Looks like he wants to go in, try to get a bust going here. Now, going up with a bust against a gateway first is not typically very strong, but if you can get a bunch of kills like Effort has done here in this game, killing a lot of Zealots early on, there's definitely a possibility that this can end up working. 4th hatch here, 4 hatch Hydra. Love to see it. He's going to be able to put a lot of damage, a lot of pressure onto Movie, and then potentially just switch right on back out of this play immediately after. Second cannon on the way here. There's the Stargate. First Corsair is on the way, but he'll definitely have Hydras in time over here at the natural to make sure he doesn't lose the initial Overlord kind of near that natural. But very important to keep that alive, to keep the threat of a Hydra bust alive. Otherwise, if that goes down, single DT can be made, and the bust is completely over. Pokes in, has a look at the wall in here. See if he can get a 3rd Hydra to attack. Seems like not. As soon as he pushes forward just a little bit further, he's going to end up getting hit by that cannon. He's trying so hard to make this Hydra attack. There we go. He finds the perfect little angle there to get the upgraded Hydras to finally start attacking. +1 on the way. 5th hatchery is coming up here too. So this is a pretty good build from Effort. He's just going to go after the wall. Get that gateway. Slow down the Protoss production. He cannot kill the upgrade, unfortunately. This upgrade is not going to be able to get denied here. Not going to be able to deny that. Enhancements, leg enhancements, +1 about to finish. I don't think the Cyber Core will end up going down either. Yeah, it's going to come out here. And it's time to get out of dodge. Time to leave this area. Spire on the way. Only two Corsairs. So the Spire could be an excellent play here for Effort. Maybe take him by surprise. Get a bunch of kills on these High Templar as the move out finally comes. Slowed down things a little bit, forcing out the 4 cannons, but still, a lot of gateways are prepared now, and Zealots are going to start to move out in a big way. Not enough Hydras to take this fight just yet, but Lings are coming up now. And with the Lings tanking here at the front, can start to target down some of these Zealots. Good pullback on one of those Hydras. Already killed a couple of Zealots here, and only one Hydras has gone down. Target fire on these Zealots is looking good. Manages to target down the lowest HP Zealots here in the mix, and not able to force him back, but at least getting quite a few good, solid kills here before the rest of the Zealots arrive. Hydras are going to be forced back again. Manages to get the Corsair. Nice snipe there. Mutas are on the way. 6 Mutas, in fact, are coming up here. And so Effort not on the ramp right now. Will he be able to defend this properly? Looks like he will. Mutas pop out. Zealots run by into the main base here. Pretty annoying stuff for Effort to have to deal with. 1 drone down. 47 workers in total, though, is a pretty good number. Another drone killed on the gas. Will just completely, or will replace that immediately. No third base just yet for Movie, and here comes the Mutas now. 6 in total. A good number for just bullying back Zealots and potentially going for snipes on probes. Not really a Templar sniping force, though. It's going to be a little bit difficult to make that happen. Looking for this Zealot on that high ground. Looks like he'll find it and start his 4th base immediately. Ling checking out for that 3rd base. Movie's going to want to take that soon. And so he's started that off by cleaning out the Ling here. He's got to be a little bit careful, though, as he moves forward. Don't want to be losing High Templars here. Can start to snowball this game out of control if he manages to get a few kills. So going to fly in here. 4 Corsairs, though, ready to meet him. 6 Mutas are really not going to cut it here. Good job diving on top of the Corsairs, though. My goodness. Going way deep on those Corsairs, and in fact loses 2 Mutas for that. Hydras here are just going to get mopped up by the Zealots, and a storm is about to come out. Pretty rough there for Effort. Not taking the best trade, honestly. Love to do a little bit more with these. He's going to try and track down these Corsairs. Wants to get some kills on those. Going after the probe. He actually gets the probe. It kind of looks like Effort wants to dive on the space, but we know he's got a 4th coming up. So, good chance here that we see Effort just sit back. Get a few more drones out. Double upgrade on the way. May want to get into a hive now as well. Big round of lurkers, and another gas going to be coming up here soon. And so he's going to let Movie take this 3rd. And I think he's just going to be absolutely fine with this. He's actually very close in supply to the Protoss player. That can change very quickly, but as long as he continues to make lurkers here, I think his spot is pretty darn good. You can see lurkers are going to pop out here. And bring those over to make sure that Movie can't get out on the map without him knowing about it. Or having something to say about it. Lurkers moving forward. Oh, he's actually going to target down some of these lurkers. Oh, that's a little bit rough. Almost losing the lurker there. One follow-up storm actually would have been able to kill that. Drone number really solid right now for effort. Has not made the Queen's Nest as of yet. 7 lurkers on the way. Looks like he's going to try and contain Movie on 3 base and just force him out of this game by not allowing an additional base to go up. Looks like he's going to take his own 5th while setting up more lurkers here in this concave. He's not quite there yet. And I don't see an Overlord in position to try and snipe this lurker. So this might be a very quick break for Movie. Like, he's just not quite ready yet. Effort would like to stay here and fight, but these storms are going to be absolutely brutal. And now the Dragoons can just push through. So he's going to have to unburrow and run. Yeah, unburrow, run away. Effort. Full retreat now. If he had an Overlord there, if he only had one Overlord, he might have been able to snipe that observer and kind of delay things a little bit longer. But now he's in a bit of a rough position. He's got not that many lurkers here. A lot of lings, a lot of hydras. But there are so many storms available. He wasn't able to kind of exhaust Movie's storm capability while he was pushing out here. He only had to use a few storms to be able to push out of that containment. Great dodges here and great snipes on these High Templar. Oh my goodness. So much damage there. Not sure what he's saying. He might just be clowning on Movie now. He's going to run forward here, get right on top of this stuff. In my opinion, this does not work very well unless you are insanely far ahead. He's going to do it anyway. The storms are brutal, but the Dragoon number has been drastically reduced. And this base is fully online now. High Templar are down, and Movie is just about out of this game. He's going to try to go ahead, get another expansion online. But look at that. Lurker there on the right-hand side, delaying it as much as possible. Was a scary moment there for a second when Movie was able to easily break out of this containment. But now Effort is in full macro mode. He's got his hive done. Defiler Mound's on the way, and triple upgrade is continuing along. Actually, only double upgrade. He's not continuing with the Needle Spines upgrade, the range upgrade. Instead, just switching over completely into these Zergling upgrades. Definitely a lot more beneficial in the late game. Huge amount of Hydras pushing all of this army back, and Movie is just about done here. He's having a real hard time hanging on now. And, I mean, he might be able to get the Nexus going, but I don't think he can hold that base. Not with this many Hydras out. Another round of High Templar coming forward here. Big rounds of Lings making their way out. Muta's heading down here as well. I mean, just the Mutas alone can kind of deny this. Oh, except for the Corsairs are here, so maybe the Corsairs can make a difference. Zealots here are going to get caught moving up towards the top right. Templar making their way over. Really needs to save this. Lurker trying to come up the ramp. Great block there with the Zealots. Making sure that that can't come up and deny the cannons. Pretty good storms overall on this army, but the Dragoons are going to go down. And as the Dragoons fall, start to find a really big problem here. And, you know, this is all well and good for Movie to get this high ground. And, I mean, he might just hold this. Like, there might be a way for him to prevent this. No. He's going to get up here. Yeah, Africa's going to run up this ramp. Yeah, four cannons, not quite enough. But even if he did manage to hold it, the real truth of the matter is that You're never going to be able to transfer workers over to this base. If Effort had all the Hydras out here and had lurkers, you can just keep on, like, you can bring all these lurkers over here, put them right over on this side, or put them down here, and just never allow the transfer. And so it's going to take so long for the Protoss player to get his economy online in this bottom right. He's going to be mining on one base, essentially. All of his probes will be at that one base. In fact, you should transfer some workers over, maybe even a little bit sooner than this. Corsairs are going to go down. Movie is limping here. Finally, it looks like a win for Effort in this series today. Movie just not quite able to keep up. Making a couple of bad moves. And Effort able to take full advantage. Coming in now, going to target down that, of course, crucial Archon. Now going to use the Dark Storm here to target down as many Dragoons as possible. A little bit unfortunate there that, okay, he's going to get plagued. Yeah, huge plague there right before that Defiler goes down. Nicely done. Masses of links coming out now. 2-1. 2-2 is done. 2-2 also done for the Protoss player, but Zerg is nigh unstoppable at this point. Fourth base has begun. Still, this production is next level. 4 hatches in top right, and he's still not able to spend all of his money. 1,700 minerals in the bank right now as he just hammers out more and more units to try and close this one out. I love the sunken colonies going out into the front here as well. You really do want to lock down this area, not just here, but this area as well. Another plague goes down. Lings and Hydras ruining this army. And so he will be able to push down here, potentially just snipe this base. 4 more High Templar are making their way down. Movie gonna try to hang on. The writing definitely on the wall at this point, though. Making an Archon, spreading out the Hydras here as the storms come out. Now going to move in for the kill, ending all of these dragons. No Overlord here once again. And so, actually, the DT going to do some work. But, I mean, this DT would have to be an absolute hero. Walk into the top right and kill every drone in order to give Movie a chance in this game. 2 lurkers over here in the high ground. That's funny. Is he going to be able to go up to this wall? I think you can't step there, but you can step right here, I think. And start to hit the... Yeah. He's going to get right up as close as he can. Start to hit these probes from the high ground. Oh, the transfer. Oh, the transfer is huge. 9 kills, 10 kills on this one lurker. 77 workers, by the way. DT, 2 High Templars in this shuttle is kind of nasty. Going around all... Look at all these Scourge. Goes around all the Scourge here. Is going to get a couple of great storms. Pretty decent storms, but of course, then loses that shuttle. Lurker here now with 13 kills. Absolutely devastating. Lurker's running forward on top of all these cannons. Generally not advisable, but in this case, it's absolutely fine. So many High Templars here. Yes, they can storm, but with that much of a deficit, it's just not going to be possible. Movie taps out, and Effort finally takes a game. Wow, it took a while, guys. Effort, big fan of this guy, but this is not the greatest showing from him. Again, it is ladder, and I'm really excited for his ASL performance. This isn't the greatest. This isn't boding well for him. I hope that he can clean things up. We got another game here. Let's jump right. All right, next up, Stork versus Effort. Stork down here in the bottom right. Effort over here in the top right. And, yeah, we're on this new map. Knockout. Pretty strong map. Pretty good map. I find it a little bit tough in ZVP. I've lost quite a few games on this map so far. it's been a bit of a struggle, honestly. My biggest concern with this map, the reason I think this map is pretty hard for Zerg, and we can kind of zoom out here, is because you take this base. If you take this base, it's very far away, and you've got bridges here to try and come up or come across to go and defend. So it's pretty far. If you take this base right here, mineral only, there's so many different locations that the opponent can attack you from. They can go around here and up this ramp. They can go up this ramp, and they can go straight across right into your natural. Yeah, it's pretty tough. If you try, like, usually you'll end up going this base, here's your third, and then here's your fourth. And that's probably the way that Effort will end up doing it this game. And, like, if the Protoss player brings their army to the middle of the map, and you kind of see them there, and you've got this base, you kind of have to defend a lot of different locations, right? You have to defend here, your bridges. You have to defend this location right here. You kind of have to defend over here, although not as much, because you can, if you've got an army up here, you can kind of pincer attack that. But you kind of have to defend this side, or you have to get up here onto this high ground and defend up there and just hold that area. So it is pretty tough. I'll say it's a bit tough as the Zerg players. It's just the army from Protoss can roam so quickly. You know, they can roam over here, check and see if you've got lurkers up there, and then they can roam over here and come into this area. And once they get down, like, they come down this ramp and you're trying to defend in this tight little choke, one storm there, and all your defenders are pretty much screwed. You kind of have to go around here, try to come up this ramp to do a flank. When they're standing on top of the ramp, it's pretty difficult. Or you have to go all the way around here and try to come through the back in order to surround. You're always looking for the surrounds as the Zerg player. And so defending all of these different alleyways, these different pathways against a roaming Protoss army and trying to flank it, it's tough. It's quite tough. I really feel like you never want to push across here as Protoss, except if they're not defending. If they're not defending, then you can suddenly run through here with Zealots, just run right up into the main, or just come across the bridges and kind of hold a position here while the Zealots do their work. It's scary. It's very scary indeed. These are my struggles on the ladder, boys. If you've been watching my streams, you know exactly what it's about. We're always struggling against Protoss players. We're always struggling against Terran as well. ZVZ is the only one I feel like I really have a handle on for the most part. And then sometimes it feels like I get a handle on these other matchups. And then the next day, it's once again right back to Struggle Town. It is what it is. This is a very hard game. Harder than any other by a long shot. And it's not even close. Nice catch there on the probe. Zealot here. Just kind of chilling. He's walked past the Overlord, so Effort has to, you know, attest for that. He has to attend to that. Make sure that this Zealot isn't, you know, somewhere out here waiting to come around the backside and hit these drones. But in fact, he spots it. He sees it. Not able to obfuscate the spot of that Zealot, and so Stork just going to go back into the wall and just kind of hang out here. More lings have been made. Hydra Den. Another Hydra bust from Effort. Now, this map in particular, it's tough to Hydra bust. This is low ground right here. And so you're going to be missing shots if you've got Hydras attacking this wall or trying to jump on top of these cannons. I guess once you're close enough to hit this cannon, you won't be on low ground anymore, but you get my gist. Zealots up here that are fighting while the Hydras are trying to bust are not going to do too well. Or, excuse me, the Zealots are going to do well, and the Hydra bust is not going to do well against them. Cannon, second cannon on the way. Hydra's starting to pop out here. Will we see a fourth hatch? No, a layer. Okay, interesting. Layer on the way is a little bit unorthodox. There's the fourth hatch. After the layer. 3 Hydras so far. Overlord out of sight for now. Hasn't been found by Stork. He sees the Hydras moving forward. Hydra range is coming up now. So he's spending a lot of that gas. I don't know what he's planning to build with this layer, but he doesn't have a lot of gas to do it with. I'm gonna go ahead and take this second gas now. I think you're gonna save the Overlord over at the natural. So he keeps the at least the threat of the Hydralisk bust alive for now. Stork roaming, looking for some Overlords, but it's only drones that are on the way here. As you can see, a bit of mischance here. Especially from this Hydra. Hydra's going to be missing quite a few of its shots. Extra hatcheries coming up here now, up to 5 hatches with a Spire coming as well. I'm not sure that he can get this forged. Not with this cannon right here. This cannon right here might actually prevent him from doing that. Ooh, gets an Overlord in the main. Not bad. You want to try to make all your Overlords from these 2 hatcheries, but sometimes it can be tough. When your fingers are moving quickly and you're trying to macro up. Worried about getting supply blocked. You might make an Overlord in the wrong spot. It is what it is. Happens to me on the daily, not gonna lie. Templar Archives is done, but no High Templar just yet. No Storm upgrade either. A bit lacking on that Storm upgrade timing. Has the money for it, but has not started the Storm upgrade. Uh-oh, Stork, hello. Yeah, we need Storm here, Stork. Okay, gonna try to move out against this number of Hydras. It's not gonna go well. He's got the +1, but the Hydras are doing a great job, and the Zealots are gonna be pushed back. Now, if this ever happens, and the Zealots just get shoved back like that to the initial group of Hydras that was sitting out in the front, it's almost lights out for the Protoss player. It's so tough to come back. Like, you need that momentum to force the Zerg to respond to you. As it stands, he's been forced back with nothing extra having been made from effort. And that means that... Oh my god, he loses another Zealot. Stork, come on, man. Stork's sitting at 324 APM. But still having a very hard time here, keeping up with effort at 420 APM. Blaze it, guys. Dark Templar making its way out. High Templar as well. It's funny, I've been doing a bit of nostalgia on stream, talking about Trailer Park Boys a lot. If you guys were in my stream today, you know what I'm talking about. Talking about old video games that we used to play. Actually, I noticed that Gears of War is being re-released, which was one of my absolute favorite games. I think they ruined it with Gears of War 2 and 3. I thought the responsiveness in the game itself in Gears of War 1 was just so perfect. It was such a fun game. I enjoyed it so much. I'm considering buying the remake, but I doubt it'll be the same. Those Xbox Live days. Definitely some of the good days. Definitely some of the best days, boys. Xbox Live. I don't think those, I don't think that sort of a situation will ever be repeated again. Not with all the weirdness that's going on in the world today. And all the, kind of nerfed speech that's, happening online. This push is absolutely doing nothing. Gonna rotate around and you're gonna see a little bit of what I was talking about. It's hard to defend everywhere at the same time on this map, but since the advantage is so good right now here for effort, I don't think that Stork can really do too much about it. A couple of lurkers just trying to get barely in range of this forge without being in range of each other. so that the 2 storms can actually kill all of them. Oh gosh, Stork just losing so many zealots here. Does get a couple overlords. Forces the supply block. 7 overlords in production here. Definitely a sign that effort not quite ready for that. Not really expecting that damage. Another overlord. Oh my god, 8 overlords in production. +1 armor on the way. +1 attack is done. Looks like that's going to be taken down. But +1 armor finished up for the Protoss as well. +2 armor on the way. And Dragoons are starting to be made here, but effort is just godlike at this point. There's very little shot of Stork bringing it back. We'll give him a chance. I'll hang in there for him for now. See if he's able to make something happen. He's got to kill this. I don't know if he actually had to kill that, but he does decide to kill that anyway. Filling his own cannon here so he can get out on to the map. Dragoons. Maybe pushing back these lurkers now. 10 Hydras on the way at the same time. Another Overlord gets caught here. All right, this Overlord damage is starting to become pretty significant, I have to say. Supply blocked him a few times. Now going to push up onto the high ground. 3rd base is about to be taken, but the 4th has been up for so long. This 4th has been cranking for such a long time now. I imagine we're going to see effort close in on this base from all different angles. That's not a very good move. Those lurkers can very easily be stormed all together. And yeah, a lot of these lurkers are going to go down. So with that attack kind of flopping, I think we might see this game go on. Stork might be able to hold the 3rd. It's so hard to attack in to any Protoss position without just being stormed absolutely to death. Difficulty here. And still 6 Corsairs finding even more kills. It's crazy. I'm not sure how many kills. We can get a full count on these Corsairs. It's a lot, boys. It is a lot of kills. Moving into the rally point. Pretty slick move here from effort. Might be able to kill 2-3 Dragoons. We'll lose 1 Overlord. Or 1 Lurker, excuse me. Gonna back out with the other. Waiting for cannons to finish. Gonna have to leave a couple of High Templar back at this base before he begins to roam. A lot of Hydras, Lurkers over here as well. Not aware of that right now. Stork in the dark in that regard. Hydras coming across the bridge. Oh my. So rough. So many Hydras falling there. Gonna come across this bridge now. And he's gonna hit this from behind as well. Storms on the low ground. Ooh. Ooh, that is rough. A lot of Hydras coming across these bridges though. Hydras on the bridge are gonna be very hard to clear. A lot of Dragoons starting to fall here. Stork gonna be pushed back a little bit more. Coming back in again here to this base. Gonna try to kill off the last of these cannons. Taking the high ground now. Another storm goes down. Looks like Stork gonna clear all of this. Everything gonna die here. And now Stork in a supply lead. So this attack did not go effort's way. It's not like he's in a bad spot or anything, but that was pretty rough. A lot of stuff went down. Now, a lot of Dragoons also died, but so much supply was just thrown away there. It's so hard not to do that as the Zerg player. Seriously, it's so tough not to let your Hydras just get absolutely stormed to death. It's always shocking to me how some of these pro Zerg players are able to dodge so effectively, so efficiently. Army gets over here. Looks like Stork taking this fight for too long. You gotta wait until he comes across the bridge, Stork. That's where you're actually gonna get the value. 3 probes go down here. 4 probes in total end up falling. Hydra's come across this bridge. Yeah, exactly like that. Right as the Hydra's come across the bridge, that's when you want to drop the Storm. Just a defensive game here for Stork as he desperately tries to hold on. I think he's going to run out of minerals before he gets a 4th base online. Another observer could end up going down. More and more Dragoons are falling here. Zealot's holding the line over on the top side, but absolutely relentless. Effort just, he's not going to transition. He's not going to do anything different. He's just going to keep attacking and never allow Stork to take a 4th base. That's the plan, from what I can gather. 17 Hydras on the way at the same time. Ridiculous amounts of macro here coming forward. No lurkers in this army, but there's not that many Zealots to chew through. Some Storms here are making his life difficult, but he's keeping the army small still. Not a lot of army here for Stork. It's going to be really tough for him to try and take bottom center, which is what he needs to do now. Keep himself alive in this game. Archon here on high ground. Might be able to get that? No. Not quite able to get that kill. Dragoons here at the front line. Not the way you want to do it. Storm. I'm in the back line. Pretty darn good. Killing a lot of these Hydras. Hydras might get trapped up against this wall. Barely manages to slip out in time. Hydra's getting towards, or excuse me, High Templar's getting towards the rally point now. Ooh, Storm's his own observer. That's a little bit rough. Has one more observer here. Stork letting his army string out a little bit. Time to pull back and look towards that 4th base. I don't think going across the map to try and kill right now is going to be the right call, but he's pushing forward, looking for some big Storms here. Storm on the high ground, pretty nice. Fighting up onto high ground, though, from low ground here with Dragoons is not going to be the call, and he is going to have to back out of here a little bit. The Archon goes down. Zealots are going to push forward, but the Dragoons are falling, and I think this is it. Looks like Effort will be the victor here. Another base down over in top left. Effort continuing to make lurkers. Running out of money himself. Just about out of money in the main and natural. Main and natural here for Stork. Completely gone. Sitting on 40 probes. He's going to try and take center right now. Ooh, gets the High Templar before the Storm can come out. Very nice snipe there. Another one? Yeah, GG is called. Not going to be able to make it work. And Effort takes another game, beating out Movie and also Stork here in this series, but having a hard time versus Sharp and Bisu, who are both active players in the ASL. I guess Stork's still an active player as well, but I think less so. I don't really see Stork making it deep in an ASL anytime soon. But Effort, I'm hoping that he can go and give us a great show in ASL 20 or 21. That would be awesome too. As long as he keeps on his grind, I think he's definitely capable of it. Guys, thank you so much for watching this little highlight video of Games of Effort on the Ladder. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, give it a like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.